So, I'm going to make a video about a particular YouTuber I don't like. This isn't under I think I'm some big important YouTuber or anything. I've never had a major following. I had a small following on my other channel. I don't like Kiki Chanel. So, I understand she's a drama channel. And there's a few others that I don't like. And this is why. Because if you're going to be a drama channel, be a drama channel, right? Just go on there to gossip. And that's all fine. I don't really care about all that. The thing is some of them go into deep investigative mode. There's another one I don't really like, Jen Love, and she's up there with an FBI hat on and shit like that. And, yeah, no, that's not how any of it works. So, I really do work in law, and they train you to learn how to investigate because you have to respect people's boundaries. There's ethics there's very clear guidelines to not overstep your place, because people have a private life. People are entitled to privacy. People are entitled to not be harassed. People are entitled to certain things in life. And I see those types just trampling all over it. And they've been highly irresponsible, to the tune of where Jen Love was comparing Jaclyn Hill to pedophiles, which that's dangerous. She's in very, very, very serious, dangerous slander territory. So take it I'm not a lawyer. I can't give legal advice. And I've always maintained that status about myself. I can't give legal advice. I call it life advice. So take that for what you will. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm not legally advising anybody. Even when lawyers get on YouTube and they make videos, they're not legally advising you. And they make those disclaimers as well. So I'm not giving legal advice. Take it for what it's worth. I have worked in law for many years. As I've stated, my specialty in law is collections and some bankruptcy law. We do investigate, and you're trained to learn how to investigate because you have to go through step after step after step. Because if a judge sees you missed a step, you know what they do? They kick it right back out and start all over again. And then you've wasted hours, money, effort, time. I mean, just all of it, right? So, and yeah, some of you might look up into court documents and all the rest of it. The thing is compared to some of you morons, and I'm sorry, she's just a self-important moron. She's kind of narcissistic to me. I might as well be a Supreme Court motherfucking justice. Let's just be real. You all want to get into real? Let's just be fucking real. So, one of the problems I have about her, she's gimmicky. And by gimmicky, she does the same thing every time. Her thumbnails for her videos are always her going, like, I'm so shocked about the shit I've been drama commentating on for 10 years is a shocker. I'm talking about the person I've been talking about for 5 years, and I'm amazed that they fucked up again. And it's just like, bitch, come the fuck off of it. Come off it, baby. You want to get real? Let's get fucking real. So yeah, it's gimmicky. And when you get gimmicky, you start to come off like a scam. I don't like her. And the way, you ever see her first videos? Her voice has changed. And I'm always really weary of somebody when their voice changes, one way or the other. And don't get me wrong, I spent years in call centers, and doing that bullshit. And yeah, I have what I call a phone voice. You know, I go from this to, thank you for calling AT&T. This is Lindsay. How can I help you? Be afraid of a voice change, one way or the other. In her case, she's trying to play some fucking Theranos shit, it almost seems like. Because when she started, hi, I'm Kiki Chanel. I used to work at Sephora. And now it's like, are we with this again? That scares me. That's a major red flag for me. Go ahead, Google Theranos and Elizabeth and how her voice changed so people would take her more seriously. So, yeah, I'm not even wearing a fucking bra. That's how pissed off I am. So yeah, I mean, if you just want a real serious take from a halfway serious person, I mean, that's my 2 cents. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm not saying you have to take me at my word, form your own opinions, and, a lot of people are going to be like, fuck your opinion, bitch, blah, blah, blah. I have an educated opinion, and I still say take it with a grain of salt. It's not like I'm trying to shove it down your throat. That all being said, yeah, she's a little bitch. I mean, fuck it. She's not in my career field. She's not in law. And talk about, I mean, the way she comes off, the way she presents herself, the way she insults people, And it's not like she's giving, like, real feedback to these girls. She's just being I feel like she's being very manipulative and shaming them. As somebody that is a very real victim of assault myself in a myriad of ways, I understand what it's like to be shamed. Are they being shamed for the same reasons? Likely not. And if she's got something to say to me, come at me. Because nobody had any real constructive criticism or support for me when my ex-boyfriend was in jail after I litigated my own rape and abuse and kidnapping. That's a matter of court fact. But they were sure ready to take advantage of the situation and my mental health. Yeah, you might say that I bottomed out with my mental health when I litigated my own rape, abuse, and kidnapping. Yeah, that kind of does you in. So no, I don't like Kiki Chanel. I think she's a fucking smartass, know-it-all. And let's just be real. She comes from middle-class white privilege land in America. She looks like a Trump-esque Republican princess. If you want to be honest, she could easily put on a fucking bullshit suit and go stump for Trump. The way she does her makeup, her hair, all of it. She's a fucking bullshit suit away from looking like she's standing right beside Trump. MAGA! Now take a real hard look at me. Do I really look like I'm one step away from that? When are the brain cells going to start connecting? And you know what I'm saying? Do I really, really look like I'm one step away for stumping for Trump? Really? I just don't like her. I don't. I mean, there are things about Jen Love's arguments I agree with. The thing is when you start taking it to a place where you're trying to compare somebody that made a manufacturing fuck up to a pedophile, in terms of law, that's a joke. That is a stupid. You crossed way over the line. You're correlating and causating. You're making two very different things, mutually exclusive ideas, when they're not even in the same realm. Even in criminal law, let's say she did something criminal about it, like let's say she maliciously fucked up the manufacturing, and that was a fact. It's not, but let's just pretend, hypothetically. Let's say she was malicious in her act and she committed some sort of crime. That crime and being a pedophile or a rapist or whatever the fuck, they're not even in the same realm. I've worked for criminal defense attorneys. They would not treat her criminal case anywhere near the same way they would treat a fucking sexual offender. They're not even kind of close. That is a real major jump to make, even for criminal law. It's irresponsible. It's unethical. And the thing is she didn't commit a crime. And that's just it. She didn't even commit a crime. She just fucked up. She made a mistake. Her manufacturing process made a mistake. It happens. I've worked manufacturing. That's my backup career. I understand manufacturing. I don't understand makeup manufacturing, but it's all kind of generally the same. And then, you go in and you specialize. I specialize in injection blow molding for plastic, for food grade plastic. That's usually what I specialize in. I have other logistical backgrounds. Like when I was in my 20s, I did part-time, like 30 hours a week for Target, working their back room, their stock room. I was on their logistics team for years at Target. This was many moons ago. This was over 20 years ago. But yeah, I mean, like I've been in logistics and manufacturing for many years. So, and fuck ups happen in manufacturing. It's just part of it. That is an actual cost of doing business. You have to factor in that sometimes things are going to fuck up. And I'm really of the school of thought that if the fuck up had happened a year into her business, it wouldn't have been as big a deal. It was because it was part of the launch. She came out the gate fucking up. Let's just be real. Yeah, everybody wants to be real. That's cool. But let's just be actually real. So, no, I don't see futures in paralegal or legal careers for people like Jen Love or Kiki Chanel. Not that I'm saying that they're gunning for that. I'm just saying, in terms of actual investigation and actual serious thought to very serious, complex problems within America and the internet, you're taking a plastic kid shovel to the ocean. I mean, you are literally comparing a manufacturing mistake to rapists. Do you know how insulting that is for somebody like me that's been the victim of assault? Do you get that? Do you get how offensive that is? Oh my God. This is why my life gets fucked around. This is why I get victim blame and shame. This is why it's people like you all that make us real victims of assault and sexual crimes and all the rest of it. You make us look like idiots. You make us look stupid. And we're not. It's infuriating. The ignorance. The just blatant, goddamn, downright fucking ignorance. And you don't get to have it both ways. You don't get to, and you are all clearly playing at something with the rap god mindsets, Kiki Chanel included. She might not admit it, but it's clearly there. You don't get to have it both ways and be all like, fuck you, gay boy, what'd you say, boy, blah, blah, blah. And then, I'm a big, huge supporter of the gay community. You don't get to have it both ways. Because I've always very clearly been against all that Eminem shit, all that shade shit from Rockwell and all the rest of it. Like I said, I'll make a video about the Rockwell shit. And it's not because I'm part of the community myself. That is not it at all. It's because what about basic goddamn fucking just basic humanity? As if a gay person isn't a human being with feelings and all the rest of it themselves. And why does being gay or bisexual or trans or whatever somebody is, why is that the only thing you can focus on about somebody, and that just somehow makes up everything about them as a person? That's the only thing you can focus on. Because people aren't complex and they don't have a million other things, a million other facets that make them who they are as a person. It's just, sexuality is just one facet of a human being. It's so ignorant. Also, when I'm bringing out very valid, solid points about somebody because I feel like they've been hypocritical, that doesn't mean I want them to die or be hurt or I feel some type of way. Do I want to... Have I contemplated murder about my ex-boyfriend that abused the shit out of me? Sure. Yeah, it happens. It's part of it. That's a big part of it. When somebody beats the shit out of you and rapes you and financially abuses you and kidnapped me. He admitted this in court, by the way. It's all undocumented. When somebody goes that far, I mean, do you understand the level of anger you feel? And you're just left with it. You're just, after it's all over and they're in jail and the SVU detectives start investigating and all the rest of it, you're just left to sit in it. And the anger just builds and builds and builds. And then people harass you and victim blame and shame you. And then, yeah, you get to the point where it's just like, I mean, I just want to kill the motherfucker. You think I don't want to take a fucking baseball bat to his motherfucking head? But no, I work in law. I have to do the right thing. I have to... adhere to, he's Cuban immigrant. He's not even from America, but I give him my American rights in court. Fuck my rights. Fuck as a citizen of my own country. But I give him the benefit of my American rights in a courtroom as an immigrant. And that's fine. I'm more than happy to do it. Because, yeah, I am against ICE. I'm against all that bullshit. And if anybody had an argument to make about against immigrants, after a Cuban immigrant did all that to me, and say, fuck those immigrants, let ICE run all over them, blah, 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 it would be me. And I'm still against ICE. I'm still against it all. I'm against all the bullshit they're doing. I'm just saying, I'm seeing some of them drift over into scam land. They're coming. I'm always very weary when somebody starts becoming gimmicky. And it's been years now, and it's always the same, fucking thumbnail. Like, oh my God, I'm so shocked about the shit I've been commentating on for years. And it's just like, come off it. The voice change. She's trying to come off like she's really just super real. But she isn't. She's just really really clever about disguising her mean girl. And it's okay if you're kind of a queenie gossip drama mean girl. I can handle that. But be upfront. Be face value. She's just trying to come off like she's just like, I'm this super serious, like, investigative person on the internet. And it's just like, you clearly don't know the first thing about investigating. You clearly don't understand that other people have rights. You clearly don't understand slander and libel. I'm serious. Jaclyn Hill has a very solid slander and libel case against Jen Love for including that clip, including the person that said it. They have a very solid slander and libel case. That is so far crossing the line. That's not legal advice. I'm just saying from my own personal opinion and my years working in law, it's coming off like that to me. Take it for what it's worth. You actually can't just say whatever you want about somebody. You have to be very careful about that. You can't just... God damn it. Like Jen Love. I can't just start making up a story. Hey, I think Jen Love is having a secret affair with Kiki Chanel. And they're actually gay, lesbian lovers. Like, I can't just say that. They can nail me for slander and libel and defamatory comments and stuff like that. You can't just say whatever you want about somebody. Or let's take Jen Love, Well, let's correlate and causate. I think it's very interesting, Jen Love, that you would project rape onto somebody that made a manufacturing mistake. What's that say about you, Jen Love? Are you actually supportive of rapists? You see what I'm saying? You see how you can go down a rabbit hole? And tell me, Jen Love, are you more supportive of Bill Cosby than you are of Jaclyn Hill? Because as far as I'm concerned, I mean, she made a lot of mistakes. I don't necessarily think she had malicious intent or she had intent to be unethical. And I think people got far more offended that her trying to take advantage of a capitalist system and a capitalist market than they should have. You all sure as fuck don't have any problem with major corporations taking advantage of the capitalist system and the capital market, and they do. I've worked for corporate America. Do they ever? It's not illegal. I mean, come all the way the fuck off of it. As if Jen Love herself, if she got a major corporate deal, like, she wouldn't eat the big money dick. I mean, if she's going to be so low as to compare somebody making a manufacturing mistake to a rapist, fuck her. Like, she wouldn't eat the money dick. Talk about doing tricks on it, huh, Kiki? So, I mean, I just want to be very clear because, I mean, there are some drama channels I really like and I really enjoy and feel have very valid points, men and women. You know, but you can't just make it up as you go along. And, people's life aren't metaphors. You have to stick to the facts first before you can start going down cognitive land. And just because it's cognitive doesn't necessarily mean, metaphors and cognizance aren't mutually exclusive ideas either. So, yeah, I mean, let's get into some actual dialectical behavioral therapy, like facts. My real name is Lindsay Chambers. My real nickname is Lindy. I'm a 42-year-old woman. I am bisexual and asexual. I am a Buddhist. No amount of bullshit makes me not that. I have identified that way for many, many years. I've been very clear about this in many arenas. And, I look like me, and then you have some girl like Jen Love or Kiki Chanel that looks like them, and they're trying to tell me about how shit is, and they've never worked a day in their life in law or done actual real investigation for an actual legal purpose. Fuck you. Talk about a giant fuck you. I mean, fuck you. Cut the gimmick shit. Get real. Fuck you.